or give you the right formula. And if you're paying attention, it'll help you.
Yeah.
You see, we didn't always understand how come we couldn't be like other children and couldn't go out, couldn't do this, and couldn't look. But sometimes somebody else would come by and encourage.
Right.
Or either, sometimes we had a friend.
Yeah.
And sometimes our friends would talk to us. You know, our mother's friend, or et cetera, et cetera. They would say to us, "Oh yes, your mother does love you." Oh yeah, to try to have encouragement. But sometimes it's good to listen to someone. Because someone does have the answer that can help me, you, or any of us at that moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes, any given moment, we always feel that we're being pushed upon, or I'm gonna say the word slander.
Yeah.
But sometimes it makes us feel rejected.
Yeah.
Or they don't understand, or they just always pick on. It's
Absolutely.
not like that.
Yeah.
You know, my mother loved all of us, but sometimes that's what the devil implanted
Sure.
in our heads.
Sure.
But we couldn't do anything, and she was always there to correct us. You see, so the devil would tell us, "Oh, Mama's always picking on me. Mama don't want me to have this. Mama." That's how we would discuss it with each other. You see, I know me and the two oldest girls. Anyhow, I know we three did.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case at all. And this is why, come last week, it was mentioned. Sometimes confrontation must come.
Right.
You need to sit down and really talk it out. But God has to begin with me first.
Yeah.
He has to begin with me. Because if my heart and my ears is not want to receive you, I'm going to climb up.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to climb up with everybody. That means I don't want to hear nobody. Because the devil's going to tell me everybody's coming against me. No, people are not coming against you. There's love. People do love.
Right.
Everybody don't hate you. God does use people to love you.
That's right.
Of any skin color.
Yeah.
But I had to be able to listen, and that's how come God used Sister Meriwether for my mother, and Sister Diamond for us,
Right.
and then all the other mothers that was sitting around, they would come and talk to us one-on-one.
Exactly.
Because sometimes they would see our little spirits sunk, and we was, heavy-hearted or whatever, but then they would come by and encourage us and tell us how to do, and if we listened, we did get results.
That's right.
That's how we got spirit-filled. We did get results.
That's
You
right.
might shed some tears. There's nothing wrong with shedding tears. Because you're hurt.
Yeah.
Your feelings are hurt. The Bible said a wounded spirit's hard to deal with.
Right.
But upon saying that, through the word of God, he still showed us how. He came back and showed us how.
That's
right.
right.
With our wounded spirit.
That's right.
Sometimes you think, oh, I'm going to be upset and finish the rest of my life concerning the situation. No, you won't. But God's not going to leave you that way. Because he loves.
Yeah.
Because he loves. Changes come about. Because he loved, we don't stay sick. Because he loved, we don't stay poor. Because he loved, we don't stay a sinner.
Exactly.
You see? And then we're sinners saved by grace. We that are saved.
Yeah.
We only saved by grace. It don't take but a second to sin.
Yeah.
Those evil thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Or you get into a debate.
Right.
Or that's an act of sinning. You see? Because I'm angry.
Exactly.
So, he said, be angry and sin not. Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath.
Yeah.
See, so if I leave it that way, the sun is going to go down on my wrath because it's not going to be good for me. Because I'm going to stay angry. I'm going to always do the wrong thing. And it's just going to keep escalating. Because my thinking processes are wrong.
Right.
You see, so the adversary, the devil comes in and he just tears up everything.
Everything.
You see, but somebody, God will use someone.
Yeah.
To come and encourage and encourage our little children, because sometimes they're not grasping.
You always got a
to
ram. You always got a ram in the bush.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's really hard for these kids right now, and they from the little bitty ones on up, they can't get it. They're not getting it. Sometimes it's the way you just said the teacher. Sometimes the teacher is not the one.
Makes a difference.
It's not a good teacher.
Exactly.
And if everybody in the classroom is getting an F or a D, the teacher's not doing their job.
Absolutely.
See, if the pastor is not getting people delivered and saved and coming out from drugs and all this stuff, then it falls on the leader's shoulder, the teacher's shoulder.
Got to see what we're doing wrong.
What are you not telling these people?
Yeah.
How come you're not helping them?
Yeah.
You see, so that's how that is.
It's a blockage somewhere.
God always brings encouragement.
Yeah. Did you have a hand up, Ruth?
Yes, I have a question. So, what ever really get out, like everything that's built up behind the situation. Like how
Who's holding it in?
I
Okay. So why come you're not releasing, letting God deal with it?
I want to, but I feel that
Okay. Here we go with our
get
feel.
it out.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You going with I feel. You ain't going with what God said.
how? I want to. I really do. How?
Okay. For instance, if you holding something against someone, the way you release it is coming to God and asking God to continue to show you how. And then God never tells us to do something that we're not going to, He don't help us to do, right?
Right.
Say like, okay, I'm using this instance, you owe me, okay? Because I did something to you, right?
Right.
Okay. Maybe I didn't, or maybe I said I'm just sorry, or maybe I didn't. And then you still holding it. You come to God and you asking God to help you to deal with what I done to you, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what you're talking about so far?
Yes.
Okay, so take for instance, if I don't put myself in a way of coming to you and say, hey Cherie, or you saying to me, hey Papa White, whatever you want to call me, I really feel that I owe you. And if you feel comfortable enough or open enough of God leading you and the reason why the confrontation is coming here or not, right? Am I right so far? And because I'm opening up to you and I'm trusting that I know you that well enough that you will give me some kind of feedback, whether it's negative or positive, right? Okay, so you trusting me the same way. If it don't happen, you let God deal with that part. But you releasing yourself off of it. You know, Papa White, it was something you did to me a long time ago, and I've been holding it all these years. If I'm wise, I will ask you, forgive me. And also, this too, God will let me know. He'll deal with the other person. But this part, you deal with it by releasing yourself from it. And I don't want to carry this burden with me no longer, Papa White. Will you forgive me? And I'm asking God to forgive me. I don't want to have this attitude towards you. I don't want to have this voice going on in my head that I know that's going there. It keeps on bothering me, haunts me time after time, okay? So you opening up that much to that person, and then you're telling them, I just want to cut the cord of discord in my heart towards you right now. You put the devil on the spot. You release yourself. Now how it go? You trust in God. But I guarantee God will work. Am I a witness, love? Witness? Go ahead. Anybody else? Witness? This is how you do it. But you got to release it from you first. Because you locking it in and carrying the load of it when you got to let it go, because God's saying, let it go and let me do the rest of it. Let me heal the wound. It's a wound. And you keep tearing the scab out yourself. Am I right? Yes. And how can you expect it to be healed if you keep opening it up? Make sense?
Yes.
Got any witnesses? Huh?
You know, Sister Diamond, that's how come she would talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes they can see our spirit. They can see we was downhearted.
Mm-hmm.
They can see that wounded spirit.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So that's how come they talk one-on-one. Mama Logan will do the same thing. Sister Mary will do the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes your teachers will pull you aside. Are you all right? Is everything okay at home?
Yeah.
Now, when they ask a question, sometimes, if we can be honest, the first thing we say, he, she.
Yeah.
You tell them
Right.
all that's going on, what was said and done to me by he and she.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, I want to stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they give us the word.
Yep.
You see? Because as long as I'm saying he and she, I never said me.
Mm-hmm.
There's always two sides. Y'all heard Mama Logan say it all the time.
Yeah.
There's always two sides to every story. What part am I playing here? What did I do?
Yeah.
What is it I did not do?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So principals, counselors alike, that's what they will say.
Yeah.
You know, being trying to be a counselor, they will always have those chairs sitting there.
Yeah.
You see, you go talk to those chairs like as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody never will put you in those chairs.
Right. That's right.
You pull your heart out like
To
those
the-
individuals are in those chairs.
That's right.
And when you get done, you come back and they tell you to take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
And you go over in your head everything you said of accusing this person. It could
right.
be true.
That's right.
See? But again, you still have to come to the conclusion for yourself.
Right.
How do I go forward?
Yep.
How do I help me?
Yep.
I got to always think about helping me.
Mm-hmm.
It's always help for me.
That's right.
Somewhere.
With someone.
If I keep a fever going for 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason why that fever is staying there for 2 weeks.
That's right.
The doctor has to get to the bottom of it. Why is this fever leaving?
The source.
You see, it's always something
Yep.
that keeps the human family in the
Yes.
situation that it's in.
Yeah.
You see, so once they find what it is, the same way with school and math.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get that math problem. If you can understand the formula, then you can go forward and solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to understand the formula.
Yeah.
So if I didn't understand how come it was 5 kids and I was put in the restroom every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. My name was by the restroom. And at that restroom. So finally, I would talk to my aunt and my grandmother about it.
Mm-hmm.
And other friends, and when I came to church, I had to talk about it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed offended.
Mm-hmm.
Simple question. Simple. It was simple. She said, well, Cheryl, you had a knack of doing it the way I wanted it done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mother, what does that have to do with me going to the cleaning up the restroom?
Mm-hmm.
My aunt would always have to come move in with her kids because she didn't anyway. My mother would house her niece, her daughter, and her daughter's kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do it for not just my siblings and my mother, but for my cousins. That restroom and them dishes. But again, everybody is trained. All of us in here are trained alike.
Right.
But everybody don't grasp it alike.
Exactly.
That's all she was telling me.
Yeah.
So the devil walked my mind that my mother didn't love me like she did other kids.
Mm-hmm.
You see. So, but it was simple.
Yeah.
It was the devil put that there and left it there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all she said. She said, well, Cheryl, you know, I'm sorry you was wounded, but that's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
This is why come you did that job. And all that boss asked Ricky was, do you know anybody in your family or church members that like to come clean my mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bring you to
His wife
another.
asked first, she said, no, I ain't doing that. Well, I alone did it because she was sick.
Yeah.
I had lost a job of 13 and a half years of service.
Sure.
She was sick. I said, I do it. And so my mother and grandma and sister Diamond said, are you sure? So guess what they did? God used them to give me pointers
Right.
to help me do that job.
Mature.
And then they said afterwards, how did you do that?
Yeah.
8 bathrooms, 8 restrooms, a bowling alley, a swimming pool,
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
5 quad-door garage. I had it all to do. Then had to go to his office and help out.
Yeah.
Again, if you're willing, I had to be willing. And that's to make sure, are you sure? So full of pride before God got me,